Thanks for tuning back into the channel, and as you see by the intro there, that's what happened when I was out filming the other day there. What I was doing was I was out talking about the Fuji GFX100 II, and it's a camera that Fuji have very kindly loaned me along with two lenses, the 50mm and also the 20 to 35mm. And I specifically asked for that one. I love that one for landscapes. And it goes back tomorrow. It's being packed up tonight, but it goes back tomorrow. So I've shot that now for, I think it's 32 days. Now previously I had the GFX100 which was a phenomenal camera. And this isn't going to be your typical review. This is, for me, I'm just going to go through the images that I took with it, or some of the kind of better images that I took with it, because the weather hasn't been favourable over the last few weeks. So I've just been out carrying it around, taking images with it just to see how I perform with the camera, and also to get a feel for who the camera is for. Now, all the images that you see have been downsized to 3840 on the long edge. So perhaps once it comes back on YouTube, the detail might not be as good as what the camera, the 102 megapixels produces. So during the video you'll hear me saying that it captures such great detail, but at the same time it might not be apparent in the video. Please take my word for that, because I definitely wouldn't lie to you about this. The detail that this camera captures is phenomenal. I've got no words to describe it, no more adjectives to use to describe this. It's a joy to use. The camera is an absolute joy to use. I carried it around. I took a lot of handheld shots, some even down thanks to the IBIS, some even down to a 13th of a second, and they've returned nice sharp images. It's been great to use. I'm going to do a full review of the camera on f-stoppers, so once that's live in f-stoppers, I'll then put the link down below if you want to see or read that. Now, one of my favourite aspect ratios is 65 to 24, and I actually have Capture One and Lightroom programmed to that as well now, so that's a default in there as well. So a lot of the images I used that on the back LCD to create the composition as well, and I love the fact that you can do that. I know a lot of cameras do that. It's just that aspect ratio for me is just one of my favourites. It's maybe because I like panoramic images. Walking around with the camera not any heavier in my opinion than the D850 with lenses on it, and I know it probably is, but it doesn't feel like that. You get used to the weight very, very quickly, and I didn't feel in any way at all I was lugging around a camera. Most of the images, as I said, are handheld, except for a few like the long exposures. They're of course set up in a tripod, but everything that I took with the camera, it inspired creativity. That's what I like about cameras. If a camera can inspire your creativity and make you want to go out more and more and more to shoot with, to capture images, that's a great thing, and this camera did it for me. It is a tool for you to use as a photographer, but it should also give you some creative inspiration. The X-T3 did that with me. I'll put a link up for that. The Z7 II did that for me. X-T5 did that, and this does it as well. This camera here, the GFX100 II, I wanted to shoot more. I wanted to be more creative with it and capture as many images as I possibly could, even if that was just run and gun images, because I wanted to see the results so that I could then think about what can I take next with this, what images can I create, what could I go and do. So that's where the GFX came in. The software that I used for processing these images was Capture One Pro. I loaded them into Capture One Pro, and I also loaded them into Lightroom just to see the differences. And the processing engine of Capture One Pro dealt with these images a lot cleaner and better than Lightroom. Who's the camera for? The camera, I would say, is a definite landscape photographer's camera. That's an easy one. That is very, very easy. For portraits, I couldn't say. I hardly do portraits now, so focusing was not an issue for me because it was mainly landscape, so I don't know about the speed of the focus. Product photography, again, didn't need speed in the focus, but again, a phenomenal product photography camera. Weddings, I am sure, again, it would come down to the speed of the autofocus, but I'm sure it would be a great wedding photography camera, but I can't say that for certain. That's the thing. If you're a landscape photographer, you will not regret taking a second mortgage and buying this. You will not regret it. I can't do that, but we're heading to Iceland in April again, and I would love to take this with me, just to see the difference in the images. See, my voice is even breaking. I like the camera that much. Just to see the difference in the images and the image quality, because that's one thing that this camera does. The amount of detail it gathers is phenomenal. Now, I don't know how many times I've said that during this video, and you'll love it. You will not regret, if you purchase this camera, you will not regret it at all. Short video, as I said, so hopefully you get something from it. Yes, it's just me raving on about the GFX100 II because it's such a brilliant camera to use and such a joy to use as well. That's the other thing. It was an absolute joy to use. Hopefully you like some of the images, and that's it. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.